If you had asked me what the hardest part of battling a global pandemic would be, I would never have guessed teaching elementary school math. Many parents find themselves in this exact problem when their children were sent home due to COVID-19. This created a level of anxiety and uncertainty with fears of letting their own children down for when they go back to school. This is the reason for my speech today. I am going to explain the foundation of knowing the student, the process of homeschooling, and the results to be expected for those who might be a little anxious on how to start the process, the foundation, and the results. The foundation of homeschooling is, as everything with homeschooling, simple but on paper. In my experience, knowing the student helps extremely. What do I mean by this? I mean finding out the student's learning preference, mental needs, and goals. This will help create the routines, the discipline methods, the curriculum, when breaks are needed, how much socialization is needed. All of these things are very important to the schooling and to the student. But how do you get the information? Well, you simply ask the students. You ask them with leading questions such as, would you rather play with a toy or watch a movie? This will help you know whether the child is a kinesthetic or visual learner. Kinesthetic would rather play with a toy as they would rather learn with doing things with their hands. A visual learner would rather watch the movie as they would rather learn looking at something or hearing something. There are more leading questions to ask because that was just an example. The process relies on a set routine. This routine is not a one-size-fits-all concept as might be demonstrated in some schools, but a tailor-made one, which would be easier to do in a homeschooling environment with less students. With the development of the foundation, this routine should be easily constructed, but do not do it all yourself. Let the student help, as this will abide the student to follow it more. The socialization is an important factor for the development, as I spoke on earlier. The preparedness of the student will help. The socialization is an important factor for the development and preparedness of the student. It depends on how much socialization is needed. Some need a little, some need a lot, but all students need at least some. Something as simple as a weekly phone call with a friend would boost the student's mood and help them to focus more when working. Now, after all this planning and hard work, when are the results going to be seen? Each student will go at his or her own pace. There is no line of improvement for students, and as teachers, we should not push the development of learning. Be patient and enjoy the quality time with the student, and then soon enough, him or her will begin to shine as bright as the stars. How do you homeschool during a pandemic? First, set the foundation of getting to know the student. Third, set the routine based on the foundation. Third, be patient with the results. They will show themselves through time. Try to see this time with the student as a blessing rather than a curse. Out of all the horrible events that have happened in 2020, Spending quality time with a loved one should not be one of those events.